Hey folks, this is Shock, and once again, the atheists messed up, and they're taking a lot of heat because of a lie that they put on one of their billboards. And if you click below this video, you'll be able to see this article. But notice it says, atheist billboard falsely attributes anti-Christian quote to Thomas Jefferson. And there's a picture over here on the left of the billboard. Now, the reason why I'm doing an article on this is this atheist group, they're right out here in California where I'm at. Now, first I'm going to tell you the quote, and then I'm going to tell you how they got in trouble, and they've got egg on their face because it's a lie. Jefferson never said this. Here's the quote they put, and they even put a picture of Jefferson there next to him. I know you guys are shocked that atheists would lie just to try to make Christianity look the way they want it to look. I know you're probably shocked by that. But here's what the quote said. It says, the billboard sponsored by backyard skeptics, and now everyone's real skeptical of this atheist group, backyard skeptics, now that they've lied. Here's the quote. It says that the atheist group is campaigning against Christianity in the United States and features this quote on the billboard, quote, I do not find in Christianity one redeeming feature. It is founded on fables and mythology, unquote. Now, the billboard attributes this quote to Thomas Jefferson. However, experts at Monticello, they're a research institution, and they're a library, a Thomas Jefferson library. The library is supported by the Thomas Jefferson Foundation. They claim that the quotation is not that of Jefferson. This is not a Jefferson quote. I've been telling you atheists that for the longest time because you keep giving me that quote. It's a lie. It's spurious. The institution has that specific quote listed with many others on its list of spurious Jefferson quotes. Now, for those of you that don't know what spurious is, let's take a look. Okay, here's what the definition of spurious is. Not genuine or true. Counterfeit. Pretended. Not from the claimed source or proper source. Counterfeit. So basically, spurious means it's a lie. So this is one of the problems that atheists are having right now. Now, another problem, let's go to this other page. Here's another problem. Now you guys heard that Richard Dawkins has cowered to Dr. William Lane Craig's debate challenge. Now, Dawkins hasn't come out and admitted he's afraid, but this is my opinion and the opinion of even atheists. Major atheists are saying that he's a coward not to debate Dr. William Lane Craig. But check this out. Look what it says here on the top left. It says, the popular YouTube Christian Shock of God said he believes that atheism, which is merely a squeak in American society, will be cut by at least 50% in terms of the percentage of adherents. Shock of God is a big fan of the Question Evolution campaign and believes the campaign will be instrumental in reducing the amount of atheists in the United States. Now, as you guys know, atheism worldwide globally is now reversing itself. It is shrinking, while Christianity is exploding worldwide. And Christianity is still the number one most powerful force for good in the world. Check this out. Let's go through these facts. And I believe these 10 facts are 10 major problems for atheism. Fact 1. Consider global atheism is shrinking by about 300 atheists per day. So if anyone ever tells you atheism is growing, well, not globally. It may be growing in their little tiny neck of the woods or in a weird, unusual place out here in California. But globally, overall, atheism as a whole is shrinking. About 300 atheists per day. It's going backwards. Now, contrast that with Christianity. About 80,000 more people call themselves Christians each day. The world is a smaller place, and secular Europe does influence America. The Eurozone is increasingly showing many signs of decline, and no doubt European influence on the world in terms of its secular ideology will also decline, as people are less likely to admire and emulate failure. Now, China, which is an atheistic communist state, right there in China, Christianity is flying in the face of this atheistic communist state and is honoring God more than the atheist communist state of China. Christianity is exploding in China, which is bad news for global atheism. Do you have any idea how large the population of China is? And Christianity is exploding there? Not atheism, Christianity. Atheism is not a strong ideology when faced with fervent biblical Christianity competition. Fact number 3. Christianity prevailed against state-sponsored militant atheism in the Soviet Union. By the way, you see where it says militant atheism, Soviet Union, you should really click underneath this video when this video is done and read this article, and you could read these remarkable stories of how Christianity prevailed against the evil militant atheism in the Soviet Union. Now, evolutionary belief is the air supply of atheism, and there's a link here. You got to click it. We're going to show you how we're going to cut off the air supply of atheism. Fact number 4. Some of the biggest allies of atheistic evolutionism in the United States are public schools, academia, and the liberal media. American government-run public schools are increasingly facing budget cuts, and there is growing criticism of public schools. Vouchers for private schools and charter schools are increasingly being discussed, and legislators are introducing and passing school choice bills. There appears to be a higher education bubble that will burst. Also, college is clearly not delivering the goods in terms of intellectual development for a large percentage of its students. An American study found that 45% of students achieved no significant improvement in their critical thinking, reasoning, or writing skills during the first 2 years of college. After 4 years, 36% displayed no significant increases in these so-called higher order thinking skills. And students, particularly those who made poor curriculum choices, are increasingly angry that college does not adequately prepare them for the marketplace and leaves them with a pile of debt. The liberal media, such as the American liberal newspapers and television networks, continue to lose market share. That's true even out here in California where I'm at. We're seeing these newspapers go belly up. Fact number 5. Also, belief in evolution has this Achilles heel. In 2011, the results of a study was published indicating that most United States high school biology teachers are reluctant to endorse the theory of evolution in class. In 2011, 8 anti-evolution bills were introduced in various states within the United States, which encouraged students to employ critical thinking skills. So they're basically telling the students, look, when you're looking at this evolution, you need to employ critical thinking skills. Because if they employ critical thinking skills, guys, they're not going to believe that evolution is accurate and correct. So this is why these bills were introduced, to encourage students to employ critical thinking skills. Don't just accept evolution on faith, because there's tons of errors with evolution. It doesn't pass the scientific method. So they're encouraging students to employ critical thinking skills when examining the evolution issue. In 2009, there were 7 states within the United States which required critical analysis skills be employed when examining evolutionary material within schools. And my personal opinion is that people would use their critical thinking skills, they wouldn't buy into the myth of evolution. Now, imagine how timid many biology teachers will be when they are faced with the 15 questions that evolutionists cannot satisfactorily answer, and you want to click that. Imagine how many additional states within the United States are going to adopt evolution-unfriendly laws. Evolution cannot bear up under critical analysis, so the effects of the Question Evolution campaign are going to be devastating to evolutionary belief in atheism. Fact number 6. In the past, Christianity has prevailed against other false ideologies such as Gnosticism, and Christianity has an abundance of evidence supporting its claims. Fact number 7. And you know this, we've had a huge campaign, I've been doing it for years, not one atheist has been able to provide proof and evidence showing that atheism is true. It's not atheism, it's faiththeism. That's what they should call it, because you have to be an atheist based on faith. The madness of atheists, folks, is that atheism is that it's faith in nothing. It's faiththeism. So faiththeism has no proof and evidence supporting it. Plus, well-known atheists such as Charles Darwin have been plagued with doubts about the validity of atheism. You should click that where it says atheists doubting the validity of atheism. I know Richard Dawkins is doubting the validity of atheism, which is why he's afraid to debate Dr. William Lane Craig. Fact number 8. Atheism is not strong in the United States, and it is merely a squeak in American society. Plus, it is frowned upon ideology with an extremely bad reputation. You should hear what Sam Harris said about the horrible reputation of atheism. And you should click that atheist population right here to see what he said. Also, another problem is the new atheism. It has failed miserably in gaining adherents to atheism. It has not been successful. Fact number 9. It is far easier to be a sassy atheist when your wallet is full. But now things are changing. The economy is very fragile in the United States, and it looks like it may experience significantly more pain in the future given its gigantic debt and its current political disharmony and dysfunction. The United States may eventually bounce back as its society has a history of dynamism and has overcome previous troubles. But in the meantime, there certainly may be hard times for atheism as men often turn to God in times of trouble. Fact number 10. Atheism is increasingly exhibiting a bunker mentality in terms of prominent atheists refusing to accept debate challenges. Go ahead and click that. Matter of fact, I'm on YouTube. I challenged the thinking atheist to a debate. He doesn't want to debate. We challenged Penn Jillette to a debate. He doesn't want to debate. We challenged the amazing atheist to a debate. I call him the amazingly hellbound atheist. I'm not happy about it. I pray for the atheists that they come to reason, logic, and rational thinking. But the amazing atheist cowered to the debate challenge. And I've had 56 debates in a row, and we've defeated 56 atheists in a row in debate. They really have no proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct, or should I say faiththeism. So there's also prominent atheists refusing to accept debate challenges, and its leadership is facing growing criticism of being cowardly. Do you guys ever see that video where someone calls up the Atheist Experience Show and asks them for proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct, and Matt Dillahunty actually believes that a unicorn in a cardboard box, he says an invisible unicorn in a cardboard box, that's supposed to prove that atheism is accurate and correct? Can you see the problem that atheism has? You want to click here where it says atheism and cowardice, and creationist scientists tend to win the creation versus evolution debates. In addition, there's a lot of disharmony in the atheist movement. Do you know that atheists are constantly contradicting themselves? Some of them are saying it's possible for God to exist. The others are saying it's impossible for God to exist. There's a major contradiction in atheism. It can't be where God exists and he doesn't exist at the same time. Either it's possible or it's impossible. And even atheists are stumbling and fumbling and bumbling like Wile E. Coyote as they put the rocket on its back and the roller skates on its feet and it plummets off into the cliff. It clearly has some major problems, atheism does. There's a lot of disharmony in the atheist movement. In fact, Wired magazine made the observation that atheists tend to be quarrelsome, socially challenged men. make sure you click here where it says Atheism, a house divided and in global decline. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to title the name of this video, Atheism, a house divided and in global decline. Now, so many of the pillars supporting atheism are clearly showing cracks, plus the general environment is increasingly disfavoring atheism. And again, atheism is not a strong ideology when faced with increased competition from fervent biblical Christianity. One of the major problems, I'll end this video with this, is one of the major problems for atheism is the Question Evolution campaign. I really believe that. You should check out the Question Evolution campaign. I'm going to put the link underneath this video. As we talk to more and more people and we show them the lies, errors, and even downright frauds of evolution, people are actually reasoning, saying, you know what, you're right, evolution has some serious problems. So there you have it, folks. There's some problems in atheism. Atheism is a house divided and in global decline. Don't forget to click below and visit our Question Evolution campaign. Jump on the bandwagon.